On May the 7th, 1975, that 4-year-old Cameron went missing from the family's house in the Blind Line Road area in North Burlington, Ontario. According to the RCMP, the blonde-haired and blue-eyed little boy was last seen by his mother around 3:15 p.m. He was reportedly playing on a swing set in the neighbor's yard not far from his house. Cameron went into the neighbor's residence to play with a friend, but he was told that the friend was sleeping. He then left the residence and walked back towards his house, and that he was not seen again. Not a day goes by that Jerry March doesn't think about his son Cameron, who disappeared many years ago. March recalls that day receiving the news. He was setting up at a show at the CNE grounds. In those days you didn't have cell phones, so I never found out anything was going on until I got back to the office. All I was told was that he was missing, so I had to go from Mississauga back to Burlington, he said. I felt devastated upon returning home, while his wife, Barbara March, was just beside herself. This is something you just can't explain. It was just awful, he said. Extensive investigation and searches for the boy went on for many, many days, and helped by thousands of people. These included aerial and land search efforts covered the woods, swampy areas bounded by Blind Lane, Culling Road, Guelph Line, and Britannia Road. It was later extended to the Lowville area and the Nelson sand and gravel pits, where ponds in the area were dragged and explored by divers, but their efforts were to no avail, and to this day Cameron's whereabouts are still unknown. You never give up. Someday we will know the answer, I hope, says his father, remembering him as a great little guy with a love for hockey and sports. His pictures still adorn the walls of their home. Just a super young boy, March said of him. Decades later, March still keeps a box with newspaper clippings and things from people. He's also still in touch with the police, the last time being a little over a year ago. They said they hadn't heard anything. March said, I know as much now as I did then, he lamented. Lieutenant Sergeant Kevin Britton of the Halton Regional Police Service said Cameron's disappearance remains open until we're able to locate him or confirm what has happened to him or where he's gone. We are aided by tips from the public, and if people provide us with new information, we will look into any new and all information we receive, he said. In 1981, the March family decided to move from Burlington to Parry Sound, not to start a new life, but a different life. It was tough, but we stuck it out. We made the best of it and moved away from where we were, he said, feeling blessed that they got to raise their other son and now have a couple of grandchildren. Still, he never stops to wonder about Cameron, and likewise his wife, Barbara, who died earlier this year. The last thing I said to her was, find the boy, he said. Maybe she knows more than I do. March says he'll keep hoping and praying for some closure. Cameron Gerald March was born on March the 31st, 1971, and when he disappeared, he was 3 feet tall, weighing 42 pounds. He's a white boy with blonde hair and blue eyes, and he was wearing a white t-shirt with a green band around the neck and monkeys climbing on the front of it. Rust brown corduroy pants, navy blue socks, and brown desert boots. He has braces on his lower left side of teeth, and one front tooth is discolored. If you have any tips or information regarding this case, please contact the Regional Investigative Services at 905-825-4747. And if you would like to remain anonymous, you can always call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-8477.